Syria's long dormant civil war has reignited with a surprise offensive by a new rebel coalition, the Military Operations Command, which has seized much of Aleppo, the country's second largest city. This marks the first rebel advance in Aleppo since 2016, breaking years of relative stalemate in the ongoing conflict. The resurgence of violence has reignited fears of widespread instability with ramifications across the region. The civil war began in 2011 during the Arab Spring as pro-democracy demonstrators called for the ouster of President Bashar al-Assad. The government's violent suppression of protests led to the rise of armed opposition groups, supported by foreign powers like Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. The conflict escalated with the involvement of extremist groups like ISIS, prompting international intervention. By 2020, a fragile ceasefire was brokered by Russia and Turkey, confining rebels to the Idlib province. However, Aleppo's recapture by Assad in 2016 was seen as a turning point, solidifying government control over much of the country. The renewed offensive began on November 27th, with rebels quickly gaining control of key territories in and around Aleppo, meeting little resistance. The coalition claims the operation is a response to increased government and pro-Iranian militia attacks. Analysts suggest the rebels are exploiting vulnerabilities in Assad's government as its key allies, Russia and Iran, are preoccupied with other conflicts. Russia's focus on its war in Ukraine and recent Israeli attacks on Iran-backed Hezbollah have created a power vacuum, providing rebels with an opportunity to advance. The loss of Aleppo is a significant setback for Assad given the city's strategic and symbolic importance. The rebel coalition comprises a mix of Islamist and moderate factions. The lead group, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, is a former al-Qaeda affiliate now dominant in Idlib. The coalition includes Turkish-backed groups like the Free Syrian Army, which has captured additional territories in northern Aleppo. Complicating matters, some factions are also clashing with the Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF), a Kurdish-led group backed by the US but opposed by Turkey. The Syrian and Russian air forces have launched counterattacks in Aleppo and Idlib provinces. Assad has vowed to defend Syria's territorial integrity against terrorists and their supporters. However, the government's capacity to mount a robust counter-offensive depends heavily on support from allies like Russia and Iran. Tehran has already signaled its support with a high-level diplomat visiting Damascus. Despite this, reclaiming Aleppo will be challenging. The rebels now control key military sites and the city's airport, and their swift advance highlights the government's weakened state. The renewed violence in Aleppo underscores the fragility of Syria's post-ceasefire stability. Rebel gains may embolden opposition forces in other parts of the country, potentially triggering a wider conflict. The situation also threatens regional stability, with Turkey, Iran, and Russia likely to recalibrate their strategies in response.